Table stories unfold, courage found in the brave and bold. Fate turns with the roll of a hand, standing tall in a fantasy land. Roll the dice, fight the beast, legends born in the least. Raise your blades, feel the fire, dreams of heroes climbing higher.
Hey gang, Tim here from Swords and Stones. So I thought I'd redo a video that I did a while back with regards to balance in our game as opposed to, say, 5e or something to that effect. The reason I did a balance video is because there's a lot of talk about balanced encounters. And is it an advantage or a disadvantage? Personally, from my opinion, in the latest iterage of D&D, there's not much as far as an unbalanced encounter, because all encounters basically favor the PCs. And for those that enjoy that, that's cool. You know, you like your characters being superheroes by level 3 or 4, that's fine, you know, and you're having fun playing that, that's cool too. Right on, get in there, be the one that jumps in full of 20 orcs and wipes them out all themselves. That's all good. For myself, because I'm a little bit of an old schooler and I like a little more tension during combat with regards to games, I tend not to get into the whole superhero aspect. Our characters in Swords and Stones run the risk of death in every and single encounter. It doesn't matter what level you're at, how many hit points you've got. The reason for that is because we roll quote-unquote advantage/initiative every turn. So what that means is basically deciding if you're attacking the PC or if the monster or NPC is attacking, or if are you defending. So for instance, let's say we roll on a character and you roll your d6 and you get a 4, 5, or 6. That means you defend. So that means when we roll our opposing d20s, the numbers roll, you're rolling with your armor class to defend yourself and hopefully parry and lessen the attack, and the monster is rolling to make their attack. Now, if you roll defense every single turn, depending on what level at, how many hit points you got, you could die in 2 turns. You could die in 3 turns. Because even though the monster is at, from 1st to 3rd level, are only running basically 1d6 in damage, if you go and have a dozen hit points or less, then after a couple turns, you could be dead. So for us, the tension is there. It doesn't matter who has the higher hit points or who has the better armor class. It's a matter of whether or not you are defending yourself every single turn. Now, with regards to balanced encounters, the only thing that we kind of hint towards balance with regards to encounters is the level of the creature or NPC that each character is facing. So for instance, if I have a level 1 character there, a level 4 character here, and a level 6 character here, okay? So at those levels, a level 1, you start with 10 hit points. So let's say they're each at max hit points. So level 1, you're at 10 HP. So this person's got 10 HP. Level 4, we go up. There's no rolling multiple dice. It's just a matter of adding hit points every time you go up. So as you level up with regards to hit points, you start at 10 and you go up by 6 hit points every level. So for 4th level, so you're 10, 16, 22, 28 hit points. So here you're at 28. And at 6th level, you add another dozen hit points, so you are at 40. Okay, so with regards to that, for the only quote-unquote balance would be is that this creature that he's fighting will also be a 6th level creature. This one, a 4th, and this one, a 1st. So with regards to their hit points, if they were max, So this would be 12, and the monsters go up by 6 every level as well. They start at 12 hit points, so it makes them a little harder to kill. So this would be 12. At 4th, you'd be 18, 22, 28. Where am I here? 12, 18 at 2nd, 22 or 24 at 3rd, and 30 at 4th. So you'd be at 30 hit points. So they're basically 2 hit points above the PC. So this by here at 6th level would be 42. I don't know why I was gapping out there for a second. So anyways, so as you can see right off the bat, it's not 100% balanced. The creatures have 2 more hit points than the PCs do. So it's a little bit of a struggle there. Also, what you need to actually hit and strike your opponent at these levels. So at first level, it's similar to the hit points. You need a DC of 10 for successful strike and for successful defense. The monster needs a DC of 12. At 4th level, characters need a DC of 11, so it only goes up by 1. NPCs need a DC of 13, so again, up by 2. So making it a little harder for them and not quite as hard for the PCs. Now, why does the DC go up every round? Well, because the skill level of the monsters you're facing, or I should say every level, because the skills of the monsters you are facing is going to be greater at each level because they're more experienced just as you are more experienced. So that's kind of the only quote-unquote balance that I throw in there, is that they will have a harder DC to be able to hit the monster. The monster will also have a harder DC to be able to hit you because you're both going up in level, you're both going up in experience, and you're both going up in hit points. So the biggest threat for us to eliminate the quote-unquote balance is that even at 6th level with 40 hit points, okay, let's say this person is on defense each turn. So on the first turn, now for damage at 6th level, so if we want to get into what the combat damage would be, so combat damage, okay, so you're looking at, they start out with 1d6 at first level for monsters, okay? And as they go up, that goes up as well. So with regards to that, so at level 4, for a monster or an NPC, it's 1d6. So a minimum of 1 to a maximum of 6 hit points. And at levels 5 to 7, it's 2d6. So we'll focus on the higher level character here. So this person here, this creature here, okay, at 6th level, needs the DC of 14 in order to hit. Okay, 14 to hit, and also 14 to defend. Okay, the PC needs at 6th level needs 12. So to hit is 12 and defend is also 12. Okay, so let's say this character here, is on defense for 3 rounds. Okay, now the maximum damage this creature can do is 2d6 per round. So that's a maximum of 12 hit points per round. Okay, so per turn, I should say. So let's say you got 3 rounds, and this monster rolls 12 max damage. Okay, and when you roll your defense, so defense is a D20 plus your AC, and it's a fail. Okay, so let's say this person's armor class, he fails his defense roll. So because he fails, he doesn't deduct any damage. So the first round, he takes off 12, and you're down to 28 hit points. Second round, he's on defense again. Fails his armor class to parry the attack. Creature rolls a max of 12 again. So you are now down to 16 hit points. Third round, okay, same thing. On defense, fails his defensive roll versus adding on his AC. Monster gets a max of 12 damage. Okay, he is now down to 4 hit points. So as you can see, after 3 turns, this PC, even at 6th level, could be dead. Okay, down to 4 hit points. Now he's either going to be smart previous to that and decide, okay, maybe I should stop fighting, or he's just going to get clobbered. Okay, so that's kind of how we run it in Swords and Stones, is that the tension and the risk of death is very real, because if you're on defense every single turn during combat, you could die fairly quickly. It also goes without saying for the monsters, okay? But there is no real balance other than when they confront monsters. If the party has different levels, then the monsters will be the equal level to the party member that they are facing. That's pretty much the only balance. And sometimes I usually only bring out the equal amount of monsters or NPCs to the party. Occasionally I'll bring out some extras, try to add some tension. But basically what I'm trying to convince the players of is to make good decisions. Don't always decide just to run in and start swinging, because this isn't 5th edition. You can't just roll and be saved. You can't just roll and be resurrected. There is no resurrection. In our system, you hit 0, you're unconscious. Anything below 0, even just -1, you're dead. There's no saves. There's no returnsies. Alrighty, hope that clears it up. If not, and it's all mud, no worries. Fire me a message. Like, subscribe, say hi, whatever you want to do. Thanks, gang. Ciao for now.